Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. I know this one's a little bit late, sorry about that. It's been a bit hectic at the moment, but just with work wise and that sort of thing. But yeah, here's another episode, so hope you enjoy. Make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Alrighty guys, so I roughly cut these pieces for the flange down the bottom, and yeah, I think I'm going to hot glue them in there, just in the corners and maybe down onto the concrete as well, and then fill the gap between it with plasticine, and then drag it off with this so it's a little bit bigger. Just put my fingers against it, a little bit bigger than a normal paddle pop stick. So if you can imagine, that's in there like that. I'm trying to get down nice and close. It's going to have a fillet about that big on it to fill those spaces in, which I don't mind having that big of a fillet there, because that's actually not part, like it's not going to be any joining part of the boat or anything like that. Once I pop the hull out of these molds, I'll be cutting this flange piece off. But yeah, just for now, this is just for somewhere for the mold to finish at, to come around and stiffen it up a bit. So yeah. Also with this flange on it too, I can adjust the top of the mold. So if it's sitting like this, I can adjust it backwards and forwards and put a bar across the top and bolt it there, so it spreads to exactly the right width that I need. So yeah, a few uses for the flange across the bottom there. But yeah, I'll just go through and start tacking this in with the hot glue. I'm a bit hesitant to do the plasticine work yet, just because I know this thing is moving a little bit, so I don't want to go make all these plasticine joins all perfect and then have them separate or anything like that before I actually get the chance to lay the glass. I'll just get all these flanges pushed in where they need to go, and yeah, I also got to run the tape. If you remember, I said that I was going to run a tape across all the screw heads down the bottom there, just a packing tape. So I might just get all that sorted. Put the top fence up, and that top fence still needs to be secured, so it's screwed to that piece of timber that was placed across the keel line there. But just in the top corner there, I might just put a bit of hot glue on the back side of it, just to stop that fence from moving backwards and forwards while I'm trying to roll against it and that sort of thing when I'm laying the glass. So glass hasn't turned up yet, but it's on its way. Hopefully it'll be here tomorrow. But I'm actually heading down to the Sunshine Coast tomorrow anyway, so yeah, I won't be able to do much work on this. But yeah, that's about where we're at. So last night I got stuck into doing some of the vinyl wrapping. I'll show you a bit more on that later on, but I decided just to take a couple of steps back. I sort of jumped the gun doing these because I haven't finished sanding the top of that and the top of that, those joins in the bilges. So that's sort of holding me up there, but I figured if I'm going to start sanding again, I should probably, and I'm going to be making a bunch of dust and that sort of thing, I should probably get this side sorted as well. So I still got to just do a final sand on here, prime it like I did on the other side pretty much, except I won't do, well, we'll see how that turns up, but I'm planning on not doing the second fill with the bogs. So like, I didn't really achieve all that much bogging this one a second time. So yeah, we'll see how we go. The only reason I say that I won't bog it is now that I've sort of wrapped these, it might be a bit hard to see because of the colour, like the colour of the print, but they actually come up pretty smooth. Like, you can still see a few bumps through them and that sort of thing, but you know, like, it does actually look pretty good. And because I have two edges here on the sides of the joins, it's actually going to help me out a lot when filling the mold, because I'll know between those two ridges, if I level that out, if I get a trowel or a scraper that's wider than that, and I trowel between these two ridge lines on the mold, that whole join should be perfect. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, I sort of just did, excuse the chicken scratch, but yeah, sort of did a list of things that I have to do before I start laying up glass. So that's everything that on that list, that's everything that I could think of before I before I glass it up. So yeah, I was originally going to just glass this side, like just sand all this side, wrap it, glass it, take that keel fence away, and then sand the other side and do all that after I had glassed this side. But yeah, don't know, that was sort of me just rushing, trying to lay glass as fast as I could, which I've decided to take a step back and just make sure that I've got this side, because if I do have this side ready to go, there's always the chance that, say 3 or 4 layers into this side, and I've got enough layers on that keel fence, I can actually take that down, and as I'm glassing this side, I can do a layer on this side, go around to the other side, do a layer on that side, and jump backwards and forwards between both sides. Whereas if I did just this side, I would have to lay it up, let it dry, lay it up, let it dry. I always have to be waiting on cure times, but now I can bounce between both sides, so it sort of just makes a bit more sense. Well, it always made sense to do it that way, but you know, I was just trying to jump the gun a bit, which I gotta stop doing really. But yeah, it's exciting getting this close to laying glass, and I can't wait to actually have this all glassed up and framed up where I can get this mold out of here and start working on the bow piece and the stern piece. And yeah, once I get them all squared away, all the molds, I'll be a happy man. We can start actually building the boat. I always come in here and, like, if it's too hot to work, or if I've got nothing to do, well, there's always something to do, but yeah, just in my spare time, put it that way. I always come in here and just look at this, look at the plug, and it's like I love this thing, but it's literally not even going to be part of my boat. It's going to be a good day when I can actually start popping hulls out, like finished hulls, all gel coated and stuff, out of the molds, and then I know that that is my boat. So it's just a bit weird, but I'm so fixated on this thing, but I guess it's the shape of my boat. But yeah, it'll be a good day when I start popping hulls out. Alright guys, so I just finished the final sand on this side. Just going to do the same as the other side now, go around and paint all the joins with the primer. Again, it's hard to get the camera angle on this side, but yeah, pretty much the same as the other side. Well, exactly the same as the other side. So I'll get stuck into painting. Alrighty, it's night time again now. So it's cooled off in the shed. It's actually not quite nice to work in here at this temperature. So what I'm going to do is I have to, like I mentioned before, I have to sand the top sections of those joins just with the fine grit sandpaper. So I might do that and then jump back into wrapping the rest of the joins. So we've got 2 more vertical joins to do from there across to there, and just 2 small pieces on the bilge line. So the wrapping doesn't actually take all that long, but yeah, I'll just do that just to allow this stuff, like this is pretty dry anyway, but yeah, I'll just do all that stuff on that side first to allow this side to properly dry. Otherwise we're just going to be gumming up pads again. But this was put on about 6 hours ago or so. So I just did these sort of like a trial and just kept going. I didn't think to grab the camera, but yeah, I'll record how I'm doing the rest of it there. It's not really that interesting, it's just laying vinyl down. I've quite a bit of experience doing that from the signwriting business that I had, but yeah, the melamine comes off the MDF quite easily, so I only get one chance at sticking the vinyl down. If I get any bubbles or any lines in it and I have to pull it back up, it actually rips the melamine back off the sheet, so that's not all that good. But so far I've got away with all those joins all wrapped up without any bubbles or lines in them, so hopefully the rest goes that smoothly. Alright, so this is the cool part. This green line has like a filament down the center of it. You might be able to see it there. So that is actually going to cut that vinyl for me. See if I can get the camera. That's what I was saying before. Anything that sticks on it rips the melamine surface up. So that's going to have to be waxed up pretty well now. Done. Alrighty, didn't do anything on the plug yesterday. I wouldn't say I'm not motivated, but I'm just not really feeling like working on the boat all the time now, which I don't want to force myself to work on it, then it becomes a chore and then I end up hating to work it. So it's good to have some breaks every now and then. But yeah, I left off. I did a little bit of sanding one night, starting to knock this primer down, get it all smooth and ready to vinyl wrap the joins. So I can't say I 100% feel like working on it today, but we got to make some sort of progress. But yeah, I'll just knock this primer down and get it all nice and smooth, and we'll see if the motivation picks up after there. I don't have to do anything to this side besides push out some of this warping from behind, but that whole list there, I know it's hard to read, but that whole list there finishes this plug. So, well, up to the stage of starting to lay fiberglass on it. So yeah, not much to do on the list at all, and they are pretty quick jobs, but yeah, I just don't want to push it, that's the thing. Might sound a little bit lazy to some, but yeah, that's alright, it's not your boat. But yep, we'll get stuck into some sanding. I won't film that, you've probably seen enough sanding. And yeah, we might finish sanding this and maybe even make up that bottom flange like we did on this side. That's one of the jobs on the list. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Alrighty, so we got this side sanded. Didn't come up as good. Just have to go around and scrape all this overspray off, and there's some resin around the place like this that has to be scraped off. That'll come off pretty easy. So yeah, this side's all sanded. Didn't come up as good as the other side, although in saying that, I didn't put as much effort into sanding this side, just because I know I'm going to have to work on the mold now. So I had to work on the other side. I have to work on this side also, so there's not much point. I really could have not done any of this at all, really. I could have just screwed all these off and put the vinyl straight over the top, and yeah, worked on the mold from there, which I probably, like time wise, I probably should have done, because I'm going to have to work on the mold anyway. But there was always the off chance that this might have got fair enough that I could have just went straight on to making some holes. So doesn't matter. It's a big fun process anyway, so we'll keep at it. Yeah, so these are all sanded up. I've wiped it and dusted it all down, and yeah, I got to go around, like I said, scrape those oversprays off and little bits of resin, and then I'll look at vinyl wrapping it. Once this is all wrapped, that's both sides all sealed up, pretty much ready to start glassing. Still have to do that bottom flange, like I said before. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there slowly but surely. And my resin gear hasn't turned up yet either, so no great rush. But it'll be good if I can go straight into glassing up and that sort of thing once it does rock up. So yeah, that'll be a scary day for sure. Mixing up 20 litres of gel coat and spreading it all over this thing, crossing my fingers hoping that it's going to release again. But oh well, you got to live life on the edge. If you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much room, I reckon. Alrighty guys, so we're going to leave that episode there. This is going to be the last one for a while now that we have Christmas and New Year's coming up. Got a bit on and family things and that sort of thing, so if I get around to it, I'll try and throw another video up, but if not, we'll sort of pick up on another Tuesday again after New Year's at some point. But thanks very much for following along in 2019, and I can't wait to see what 2020 brings for this thing. Just because we won't have an episode up for a while, I'll just give you guys a quick walk around and see where we're at in real time right now. So I'm literally editing this video at the moment. I'm going to go back in and put this outro and intro onto the videos, and I'll upload it for you guys. Yeah, because I'm already a day late. But yeah, here we go. I'll give you a quick run around, and this is where we're leaving it off. So the glass on this side got a bit of a rigid structure with poly pipe on here. Don't worry about it. We'll go into more detail with that later on. And this side's also just started to be glassed up, and yeah, got a bit of glassing to do. I ran out of money for this for my boat building budget, so I'm back at work now, so that sort of slowed me down. But yeah, still got plenty of episodes left back up in the archives. But yeah, I've already ordered some more resin, and we'll get stuck in on that just after Christmas and New Year's. But yeah, the episodes won't be up until after that, I think. I don't know if I get some more spare time, but I'm pushing for more work on the boat. I've started up a few different tours and that sort of thing with the whale boat, and just trying to build the bank a bit so I can get stuck back into this thing. So guys, I really do appreciate you guys sticking around for this half, well, the last half of this year. And yeah, I hope you guys will stick around for the rest of it. So I won't see you before then, so have a good Christmas and a great New Year's. Stay safe. If you are traveling around, especially on the roads, make sure you're doing it safely. It's pretty crazy out there at this time of year. And yeah, if you're in Australia, try and stay cool. It's a bit of a shocker here at the moment. So see you later, guys.